Hi, this is Judy Wessler. Welcome to Peninsula View. Today I have with me Christopher Shelton, who is a certified Qigong therapist.
Right,
Medical Qigong therapist.
Medical Qigong therapist.
See, I knew I'd get that right. So, hi Chris, welcome today.
Hi, how are you doing, Judy?
So we're going to talk today a little bit about Chinese medicine, the difference between Western medicine and holistic medicine. Chinese medicine is holistic, right?
Right.
One of the holistic models.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just tell us a little bit about that difference?
In Chinese medicine, we aim to try to find the underlying cause of disease. The symptoms and signs that a client comes in with has a deeper meaning, and so instead of just trying to us anyways, instead of just trying to mask the problem or the disharmony, what we're trying to do is look at a deeper level as to what's going on. So things that may seem irrelevant is very relevant to us.
Okay. Well, one of the things, I'm also a body talk practitioner and I do energy work as well. And when I started studying the modalities that I work with, I started realizing that in Western medicine, the scientific study was done on dead bodies. They would cut up a corpse and they would look at this part and that piece and try to see how the pieces all fit together. And then, but in Chinese medicine or in the ancient medicines, they would look at a live person and see the energy flow in the meridians and see what the life force was in the body. So it seems like that's a pretty big difference, you know. We're very different people dead than we are alive.
Right. Yeah, there's much more you could tell from a live person.
Well, I mean, I don't know about that dead part yet, but...
I mean, the science behind Western medicine is definitely something that you can't discredit because it is very, very important. And there's some things, obviously, that in Western medicine, that Chinese medicine can't even touch. But if you're looking at a holistic approach as to looking at the whole entire being, then I think Chinese medicine is more complete because we ask questions that sometimes seem irrelevant, like what's your favorite color, what foods are you craving, what's your home life like. So we really get in touch with the mental emotional state, what's your diet like, and that helps. And all these little pieces is like putting together a picture of a mosaic. All the little pieces fit together until you finally come up with a disharmony and or the underlying disharmony, and then from there you come up with a treatment plan and then go from there. Whereas I think sometimes with Western medicine, and I think it's maybe not so much the physician, but maybe the insurance company time that they're not able to spend with their clients. But the questions that are asked, unfortunately, don't go deep enough, and I think they've lost. Sometimes you lose that connection, and when you lose that connection and you can't, or if you don't understand why things are occurring like they're occurring, like maybe an eye tremor or a facial tic, then instead of seeing that as a sign and just saying that that's stress, then you just automatically have cut off any potential to fix a potential disease.
So you're saying that in holistic medicine, the point is to find the underlying causes that are going on, the underlying influences. So those influences could be from almost anything, like a rhythm or a natural cycle out of balance, or diet, or...
Yeah, it could definitely be hereditary. It could be diet. It could be mental, emotional. In fact, in Chinese medicine, they believe the leading cause of disease, except for diseases caused from diet or lifestyle habits, is from actual negative emotions. And it's really interesting because you'll see people in clinic where they'll have chronic shoulder pain, and you work on the acupuncture meridians on the arms or the shoulders and have them work with, let's say, sadness or grief. And then guess what? Their shoulder pain goes away. Is it by coincidence? No. Or either that you are working on their shoulders and all of a sudden they break down and start crying during the session. And that's not by coincidence either. There's definitely something deeper.
Okay. So I know there are a couple of principles in Chinese medicine in particular. I know there's yin and yang, so male and female balance. There's also 5 elements. Can you talk about 5 elements for me a little bit?
Yeah, 5-element theory is actually comes from yin and yang theory. There's there's an origin for this life force energy, and the first manifestation of that would be yin and yang, and then five element theory. And essentially, five element theory can describe everything.
What are the five elements?
Well, the five elements are the element of wood, water, fire, metal, and earth.
Okay.
And each of those five elements represents static quality and an active quality. So again, a yin state and an active yang state. So static would be yin, active would be yang. Each of those five elements also represent five of the major organs of the body. So wood would represent the liver and gallbladder. The fire element would represent the heart, pericardium, small intestine, what is known as a triple burner. Earth would represent the stomach and spleen, pancreas. Metal would represent the lungs and the large intestine, and then water would represent the kidneys and the urinary bladder. And so you could, in Chinese medicine, for example, because foods are classified according to five elements as well too.
So like wood food or fire food or hot chilies or fire food? Or
Well, right. So the taste, the actual taste. So,
okay.
you know, for example, like when a person comes in with a common cold or a flu, we tell them to obviously avoid cold and raw foods, and then stick with foods that are pungent. Pungent benefits the lungs, and so a pungent food would be like onions, garlic, scallions.
Oh, okay.
And so if you understand the functioning of the internal organs and how these foods play a role in either treating disease, or certain foods that you crave contribute to more disease, then it gives you, like I said before, a deeper understanding of just how the body operates and just how being.
So does everybody have five elements? How would I describe this? Moving in balance in their body, or cycling, or how does that work in a
most
body?
most all of us have.
Where's my wood?
most all of us have all of our internal organs intact. So that right there would be the five elements right there. Though people do have their gallbladders removed, and people do have their spleens removed, and obviously because of other diseases like cancer or whatnot, then other organs are removed. Yeah, on the face it actually shows, you could read a person's face by looking at their the features on their face. So the shape of the face will tell the overall archetype, whether a wood type, fire type, whatnot. But then within that face too, everybody has the five elements on their face as well too. So certain areas of the face, for example, I won't go into everything, but like the eyebrows and the brow bone represents wood, which represents the liver. So
okay, so what am I to say? I should probably not ask this question.
Right. How many people are going to see this, right? So, so the eyes also. So just going by the eyes. So let's say you came into my practice and I was asking a lot of questions and I wasn't getting the answers that I wanted to see. I have other forms of diagnosis that I could do, like looking at the tongue, reading the pulse, you know, foot diagnosis, navel diagnosis. But you know, let's say if you came in, then I would say, okay, well, Judy, you have a